Let's talk about history. What did you study in history lessons when you were at school?
At school, we studied a variety of historical topics, both national and international. We covered ancient civilizations like Persia, Greece, and Egypt, learning about their culture, architecture, and wars. I remember studying the Industrial Revolution, which was fascinating because it completely transformed the way people lived and worked. We also learned about major world wars, their causes, and their effects on different countries. In addition to that, we explored important historical figures like Gandhi and Nelson Mandela, who influenced human rights movements. One of the topics that stood out to me was the history of my own country, Iran. We studied the Persian Empire, the role of the Silk Road, and how historical events shaped modern Iran. I found it very interesting because it gave me a deeper understanding of our cultural heritage.
Did you enjoy studying history at school?
Well, I had mixed feelings about it. On one hand, I really enjoyed learning about historical events, ancient civilizations, and famous leaders. The stories behind how societies developed and how wars changed the course of history were really interesting. However, sometimes I found history classes a bit challenging because they involved memorizing a lot of dates, names, and facts, which I wasn't very good at. For example, remembering the exact year of battles or political events was difficult for me. I preferred lessons where the teacher explained history in an engaging way, like through documentaries, discussions, or storytelling. I think if schools focused more on interactive learning methods, like visiting museums or using virtual reality to experience historical moments, history lessons would be much more enjoyable for students.
How often do you watch TV programs about history now?
Honestly, I don't watch history programs very often, but occasionally, if I come across a well-made documentary, I'll watch it. I find that some history documentaries are too detailed or slow-paced, which makes them less enjoyable. But there are some great ones, like those narrated by experts who make history feel more like a story rather than just facts. One of my favorite history-related TV shows is The Crown, which is about the British royal family. Even though it's dramatized, it gives insight into historical events in an engaging way. I also enjoy YouTube channels that explain historical events in an interesting and simplified way because they make learning history easier and more accessible. I think the reason I don't watch history programs too often is that my interests have shifted towards science and technology documentaries. But if I find a historical topic that fascinates me, I'll definitely watch it.
What period in history would you like to learn more about?
I'd love to learn more about the Renaissance period, which was a time of incredible progress in art, science, and literature. This period saw the works of great artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, as well as scientists like Galileo, who made groundbreaking discoveries. One reason I find the Renaissance interesting is that it was a time when new ideas and creativity flourished, leading to significant advancements in science and human knowledge. For example, the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg allowed information to spread quickly, changing the way people learned and shared knowledge. I'm also interested in the medieval period, especially how different cultures interacted during that time. For instance, the Silk Road connected Asia, the Middle East, and Europe, allowing trade, cultural exchange, and the spread of ideas. I think understanding history helps us appreciate how much the world has evolved and how past events still influence our lives today.
That's the end of this English Speaking Part 1 practice. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to English Speaking Studio for more episodes. See you next time.